Actually, those are not connected to the phone, which is a last minute switcheroo. So I apologize for our technical difficulties today. I'm not even set up like I usually am with the phone, so I apologize. Let me pull you guys a little closer. Hello, my magical friends. How are you? Dr. Andy here. We are gonna talk about superpowers. It's kind of a funny shading. I guess we will just have to do with mediocre lighting today on this Summer of Superpowers. So thank you, my friends, for joining me. Well, you may have gotten reminders. We were planning on using Be Live. It did a little switcheroo, and now I'm on the phone. So thank you for your patience, and how much fun can you have with technology? It's a very strange background when all you see is my patio doors and towels. So in the comments, does anybody have any guesses why there's towels hanging in my office? I don't have a prize or anything, but it's just a very strange background. Anywho, today, what is maybe the simplest and most overlooked superpower there is? Okay, I know you're so far away. Hang on. Let me see. Keisha's telling me you can't hear me very well. Hold on 1 second. You're going to get a really close-up shot. Hi, Neely. Any better out there, Keisha? Everybody else? Kim's like, she votes, who does this belong to? That is an awesome superpower. Keisha says, well, who better? Okay, good. So, can see me, can hear me. I love that superpower. Who does this belong to? We talked about that, right? Yeah, that was a big one. We did that one earlier. And today, simple, asking questions. That's it. Okay, we're done. Bye-bye. No, I'm kidding. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Dr. Andy, and welcome to my world. It's a bit different over here, and we are collecting all of those different folks out there. So we have each other's backs when we are choosing to be different with our animals, when it works for everyone involved. And that is the world I would like to create. And we have superpowers in this world. And one of them is asking questions. And what if, see, I can't see my notes. Oh my goodness. Anyway, what if conclusion stops you and question expands you? So how many times have you taken somebody's word for it and just went, yes, that must be true. Yes, that is what's going to happen. Yes, that is the same thing my dog had as their dog, and their dog died in a year. So that's what's going to happen to my dog. Notice no questions there. Notice those are all conclusions. Those are all things you bought from somebody else. And you did not even, in those examples, check in with, what do you know about everything? Who else do I need to talk to? There's a question right there. What if nothing else you ask, who else do I need to talk to about this? And then see what shows up. And that is the kicker. That is the weird voodoo stuff that most people discount utterly, is who else do I need to talk to here? And take a breath and see what shows up. Because then the universe goes to work. Then that energy expands. Then that person shows up. You can even take this one step further and ask your animal, bring me who I need to talk to about this. Get them involved. That was one of our other superpowers, right? Who else do I need to talk to about this? And then see who shows up. This is not about the doing, although we do live in a doing reality. So once that pops up, that person pops up to talk to, you go and talk to them, or you call them, or you email them. One of my favorite stories, of course, Jax, who showed me, it showed me more. I learned more from that dog about functioning in my own reality beyond this reality than any other being so far. Who else would like to join me on this journey? Another question. See, I didn't conclude that I learned everything from Jax. I concluded so far that that journey with him has shown me so much. And now I also asked another question, continued expanding that energy to invite another being. Be it a dog, a cat, a horse, a bird, a fish, a bird flying by, an owl at night, a person walking down the street. There was no conclusion about what that even looked like. Okay, and then who else wants to continue this journey with me? But anyway, back to Jax. And for those of you that are not familiar with Jax, he was with me a little over 13 years. He was a ginormous standard poodle. He was black. And his energy was, there was a proper way to be a dog. I've met a handful of other dogs that had a similar energy. And the confidence in that energy is amazing to me. It's still amazing to me. He would walk into other dogs' houses and they go, "Yes, sir. What would you like, sir?" Because he just walked in with this knowing. And what would it take for all of us people to walk into any room with that same knowing energy? What would it take for all the beings on the planet to walk into any room with that knowing of who they be and how they be in the world? So, to show me another way, Jax got sick. And I say that purposely. Jax chose to get sick. He created, all of this stuff in bodies are created. That is a different conversation for another day. Anyway, he created IMHA, immune-mediated hemolytic anemia. And he was working on dying. And he did this 1 year, and this is a really brief synopsis. And then 1 year, we got him back up to par, feeling pretty good. He was 7, and then age 8, 1 year, almost to the day, his blood cell volume, packed cell volume plummeted again. And he became anemic, back to the hospital, back to blood transfusions, back to what else is possible here. So we did very traditional, very acute care because that was what was required. I learned tons in that journey. He was showing me. And once we got out, they handed me, I believe it was a medication called cyclosporin. They're like, give this to him. This is all we have for you. This should help. He may have 6 months to live. Right? Now, and I distinctly remember going, that doesn't work for me. What else is possible? That just doesn't work. Nope. And over the next, couple weeks, this particular vet in our area's name kept coming up. It came up once in a conversation with another vet. It came up once with a client. It came up once over here. And I'm like, all right, let me check this out. I may not have asked that specific question of who else do I need to talk to about this, but I made a demand in my world. This doesn't work for me. What else is possible? I continued monitoring him. We continued with traditional meds, and I allowed the universe to show me the way, and Jax to show me the way. Contacted this vet, went in to see him. He did a very alternative thing. It was a very alternative option. It still exists. It's called Bicom. And I swear to God, this is the best part of the story. If you're still with me. We get out of the car, and Jax was so excited that we were in the right place. He runs up the stairs and barrels right into the glass window next to the door. Like, so much so, I had to adjust it before we continued up. Like, he just whack right into the glass. I'm like, dude, relax, we'll get there. It's hysterical. Because that is not this dog. Like, this dog, that is not him. And so I'm like, okay, I think I'm in the right place, right? The right place, you know. This is matching the energy of what is required here, okay? The right place. We go up. He walks into the room, says hi to the doc, and goes and lays on the mat without being told. He's like, let's go. And the doc goes, guess he knows where he is. And I'm like, damn straight, he does. So, because we asked questions, because me, Jax included, because what if it's a partnership with your animal, and the more you include them, what else can be created? We got to the person that was required. We went 3 treatments, and this alternative option cured an incurable autoimmune disease. He lived to 13 and a half. And what if that was my awareness, my knowing, my willingness to be in the question of what else is possible here? Before I had any of these tools, before I had any of these superpowers, well, maybe I don't think, I may have, maybe it was kind of that blurry time where I was kind of starting to play with consciousness and what else is possible out there, and with access, and with these tools. But it really wasn't. This was me and my dog working in partnership to create something that I knew was possible, even though everyone else in this reality was telling me it wasn't. And that was part of the journey Jax was also willing to show me. And because I was willing to follow his lead and be in my knowing with that, be in my own awareness, be willing to go that way. So how many of you are willing to go a direction that nobody else around you is willing to go? Like, how many people would have taken the medication from the vet and went, nope, doesn't work for me, and then actually followed the energy to find something else? Or how many go, yep, that's it. That's all that there is to offer. That conclusion. This traditional vet, this internal med doc, he must know. Right? He must know that this is all that's all that's out there. And conclude that that's all that's possible. And it doesn't have to be these fancy energetic questions. It doesn't have to be this dramatic story with a Jax and a standard poodle. It could simply be asking your veterinarian more questions than just going yes and walking out the door. How many of us don't listen or ask questions because we're so concerned with the outcome, like the end of it? How much is it going to cost? When can we do this? Instead of what else is possible here. And how many, when you're talking to professionals, just want to get you there too? They don't want to entertain your questions. Because what if they don't actually know anything beyond the box that they work in? And what if that's okay? And what if it's your job? I'm just going to do it. What if it's your job to know what their agenda is? My agenda as an animal chiropractor is I'm going to adjust your dog. I'm not going to do surgery. Don't know much about surgery. I can look up some stuff. I know what some terms mean, but I don't do surgery. So I'm not going to give you surgical options. When you come in for a chiropractic adjustment, hi Lori. I'm going to adjust your dog. I'm not going to, I don't know, no vaccinations, no, I'm not going to, I'm not going to, I'm not going to do these other things. So when you go to, I'm not coming up with any good examples. I don't know why. So when you go to an orthopedic surgeon, they're going to give you surgical options. So what is the agenda that you're going to? That's a great question. When I go see this person for this, what is their agenda? So you have an awareness of where they're coming from. Doesn't mean you don't go. Doesn't mean you don't ask a crap ton of questions. But what if it's just information gathering? And now you have more information. And what if there is something that they say that goes, oh, yes, that. Kind of like, oh, that vet's name came up 3 times. Oh, yes, him. What does he do? I didn't even know what he did. I had to go look that up. Kim wrote, my dog Rosie is having BICOM sessions for her environmental sensitivities that cause her licking and itching. What else can BICOM be useful for? It is actually a tool in my toolbox that I use a lot, the BICOM. And there's practitioners all around, at least the US, maybe the world. It does come out of Germany. So hop on your friend Google and see who's in your area and ask some questions. Ask them what their experience is with XYZ. One of my favorite questions, and I did this when my Doberman went in for the corn cob removal. I learned a lot with that too, so grateful for that. Because I'm a weirdo and I enjoy looking at things like, wow, okay, cool. What did I learn from that? Oh, cool. What else is possible here? Oh, cool. Now I know XYZ. And I'm grateful for that. Anyway, what I asked the vet was, if this was your dog, what would you do? That doesn't mean they're going to tell you the truth, okay? But what it does do is, what did I say? Question expands. Question creates an energy. You're going to get an energy from their response that either goes, okay, yeah, or they're lying to me about this, or that's just not right. What if that's also you being in your knowing? So Keisha and I it is a superpower, but we decided to talk about this superpower today because the featured podcast last Friday was the prescription for outcreating your vet, which is simple. Be in your knowing, be in your awareness, be you, and ask questions. So what if one of those questions is, if this was your dog, what would you choose? A fancy little twist on that. Now we're getting a little farther out there, if you can hang on, is in your head, you go, truth. If this was your dog, what would you choose? And see what they say. Does it match the energy? What does your gut tell you? If this, Andy, Jesus, this awareness and knowing, and I have no idea what you're talking about. When they answered that question, does your gut clench up into a fist? Don't follow that energy. If your whole body relaxes when they answer you, follow that energy. So there's so many ways to do this. You don't have to use these strange ass words I use. What is your gut telling you? That is your knowing. And how often does it go well when you go against your gut or your gut instinct? But ask those questions. Ask the questions of your veterinarian. Ask the questions of the universe. Ask the questions of your animals. And if you don't, you can even ask, and I've mentioned this before, what question should I ask here? And see. If you're so totally stumped and it's heavy and you're a little stuck, and you don't have to answer any of this out loud if you're with people, what question can I ask here? And see if that moves the energy. This is all about moving the energy. It's all about expanding the energy. It's all about not choosing the conclusion, the heaviness, the stuckness. I have to do this way. Because what if there's always possibility for something different? And what if you can choose it whenever you choose it? Now you're getting a little weird again, Dr. Andy. Ay, ay, ay. So, ask questions. Ask questions. Oh yeah, ask questions. It's your simple, overlooked superpower of the day. On this Tuesday live chat, Summer of Superpowers. I get a sense everyone's like, oh, this isn't so simple. Oh, she just said a lot of stuff. So listen to it again. Play with it. What if we didn't make it a big deal and you played with it by asking just one more question than you usually ask your vet? Whatever it may be. Maybe it's what you have for lunch. Because you're going to have to build this muscle. Because we're so used to, in this reality, you go to a professional, whatever that is. And it could be the lady at the dog food store, because she works at the dog food store, that you think she knows more about dog food than you do. Like, we're not talking like you have to, like, and the doctors and the veterinarians and the behaviorists and the trainers and all the, everybody we talk to, even, well, hell, how often do we even think our neighbors know more than we do? Don't we generally think everybody knows more than we do? Because we don't talk about and be in our knowing. So let's start that revolution. Be in our awareness, be in our knowing, be in alignment with our gut so we don't get gut punched. Does that kind of like make a little more sense in your world? Because I know I'm using terms that aren't that common. Let's start that revolution. Be in our knowing. And go from there. What if that's where we start? And then we ask questions. Okay, I'm done. I think I fried everyone. Oops. I know I have a few things. A few things. If you'd like the live reminders, because we are doing this every Tuesday, live chat, 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Life gets busy. You forget. Hell, half the time I don't even know if it's Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday in my world. If you write remind in the comments, Spotbot, who is so stinking cute, will send you reminders. So you don't miss me if you're able to make it. Because I would love to see you. I would love to see your comments and play on our live chats. Okay. I have to reach my notes. I can't see them. Oh, jeez. Okay. September 10th. So we've done this whole summer of Superpowers, right? I think we've had 7 or 8. We're going to have, 8, 9, 10. I don't know, something like that. We're going to culminate, oh yeah, big word, into mastering your superpowers. It's a free 60, 90-minute course we're going to do on September 10th, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. You do need to register, and that's it. And you show up. And we're going to take all this stuff we've been talking about this whole summer and supercharge it. I've got a secret and a superpower for that too. And then we're going to send you out into the world and see what you can create with your animals. So that will either go in the description or the comments or both. We'll get that link in there. Just have to sign up. It's free. Okay? Free. September 10th. Mastering your superpowers. September 1st, the doors are opening to the monthly membership, and we have more details coming up on that. So that's just kind of a sneak peek. And I can't believe September 1st is like next week, so the team here and myself might want to get on that a little bit. And finally, Dr. Andy's World. We are on our break, right? We're on I don't know, Keisha, what are we calling these? Podcast radio shows? I have no idea what to call these. So it's on Inspired Choices Network. It's a featured podcast right now. We're in between season 2 and season 3 on Dr. Andy's World on Inspired Choices Network. And it's a hybrid because we go live on Fridays, 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and then it instantly turns into a podcast across all the platforms. So it's like amazingly magical thing that we don't exactly have a great name for. This Friday, 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Inspired Choices Network is, I have to look at this. I'm sorry. How do you know if your dog is in pain? So that is a rerun. It's our last week on break. September 4th, I come back live for season 3 of Dr. Andy's World on Inspired Choices Network. So excited about that. So this week, how do you know if your dog is in pain? And that actually is going to roll into September, where we talk more about pain, body work, my journey, what do dogs even think about pain? We have all kinds of stuff, and it's going to be the whole month of September. So we now have a theme. We'll see how well we stick to it, but that is the target right now. Okay. I think I'm done. I don't know about the rest of you. Thank you, Sarah. She wrote remind in the comments. She might come back. Maybe. I want to thank you, all my friends, for joining me today. And today's superpower, ask questions. And if you don't know which question to ask what question I should ask here. What question can I ask here? And it'll get it started. Because conclusion will stop you and question always expands. Okay, my magical friends. Until next time, how much fun can you have with your animals? Mwah! Bye-bye.